Everybody, welcome to this Board Game Life episode number 116, titled Publisher Roadmaps 2026. This is a show about gaming, board games, card games, tabletop games, games on the floor maybe too, I don't know, or tray tables on planes, card tables, kitchen tables, dining room tables, wherever there's a flat space, you can play these games usually. I am one of your fine hosts today. My name is Rob, and with me as always, I got my good buddy, Mr. Mark. And
hey, everybody. Here. How you doing? What's up out there in gaming land?
Yes. Lots of games to be had. We're still in the beginning of 2026.
Dude, we're already into March, though. Can you believe that?
I know. Yeah, it's going to be spring pretty soon, and with that, convention season is going to be starting soon. And one thing that's already started, apparently it's been going on for a couple weeks already, is publishers have been pushing out their roadmaps, both in like video announcement form. Like, what would you call that? Like I was saying when we're not recording yet, like Microsoft always had their big presentations, like, coming this year. My favorite was available now, now.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the board game world, they're starting to do that.
I like it.
Which is cool. Yeah.
Well, there's a couple we'll talk about later, but one of them is going to break the bank for me. The other publisher, I'm like, guess I'm not buying anything from you this year. So
I think you're just hard to please. That's all.
Yeah, tell that to Awaken Realms.
They
disagree with you.
Yeah, they just walk into the room and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I might have to just point my direct deposit from my employer straight to the game publishers.
Ooh, that's an idea. Hey, actually, don't give him ideas like that. That is a doozy. Like, I think I saw, isn't it like on GameFound, they now have
Stretch
some
pay?
kind of, yeah.
They have stretch pay. Yeah, you can basically make payments. You're still paying it off before you get it. It's just, instead of paying it like today, you can pay it over the next 4 months, which is still going to be done before it ships anyways.
This is where we briefly talked about this when we talked about that stuff many shows ago. But I still would just ask the question of, if you really need to stretch it out, do you really need that game? Like,
this sign where I'm pointing, it says, I know you can't see it, but it says, yes, I do need all these board games.
Yeah, I guess so.
So,
and there is a difference between need and want. I don't pretend to need games. I'm
not pretending. I need them.
Maybe.
They keep me happy.
Yeah, they give me so much joy. Although,
especially when you get a game in and you get it in, and then you're like, hey, I'm going to print out an insert. So you print out a really nice insert. And then the next week, the expansion shows up. And now you have to reprint 95% of the insert over again. So,
well, you should have just need a print. Oh man, now we're gonna get like demonetized. Great job.
I can't. I'm sorry, it's muted. I was getting a phone call.
But yeah, I think what you just need to do is you need to start printing everything with maximum expansions in mind.
Well, like when I got the same problem with SETI, like I paid for a really nice one, and then I'm trying to remember. I think I ended up replacing it, and now the space agencies has come out. It's like no. So yeah, first world problems, man.
That's how it goes. Although I would say with the 3D printers now, I don't even look at the inserts that the companies are selling anymore.
No.
Although, and I know I'm taking us into a little bit of a segue here, off on a tangent, because that's what I do. But there's some games, it's really difficult to find a good insert. So I won't print it.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into that? It's like there's a couple of games that I was looking at about printing inserts, and they have, it's just like little, those plastic soap dishes.
Yes.
Maybe the best way to look at it. The little plastic soap dishes, and then they put this like cover on top, and I'm like, no, I won't. I refuse to put little rectangles in my box. I just want a really nice, well-designed, thought-out insert. So everybody, go ahead and create it for me.
Exactly. I just need people to make it for me. So.
Exactly. Or if there's ever enough time in the day, maybe I'll look at figuring out how to do it. It doesn't seem very difficult. You just have to measure stuff. I think that's the trick.
That is the trick. You can use Tinkercad. It's a free site that you can very easily design stuff, but it is measuring it. You got to measure everything out to the proper measurements, and I think that would just drive me nuts. So, and other people are doing it, so I just go out there and support them. I support them, liking their designs, commenting, thanking them. So,
or boosting,
yeah.
Yes.
A Maker World, I like that. So,
and then it's like you said, first world problems.
Yeah, we've got it so tough.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, all right, let's get rolling with the show.
Let's do it.
Make sure to check out our YouTube channel. We've got a ton of great content on there. Both our video podcast is out there, our YouTube audio podcast is out there, so you can check out either one. We have unboxings, playthroughs, reviews. Make sure to like and subscribe. On cue. Look at you. Great job, Mark. Make sure to like and subscribe. That's a great way to support the show, because it helps the algos push out our content to more like-minded folks that enjoy this great hobby of ours.
Yeah.
So what have you been playing lately?
I've got quite the mix of games over the past 2 weeks. So finally got to play one. I remember I talked about it quite a while ago. I purchased a physical Humble Bundle. So if you're in the video game world, you're probably very familiar with Humble Bundles. You get like a bunch of games for cheap. Well, this one was like they did a physical board game bundle, and the Search for UAPs was one of those in that bundle, and I finally got that played. And I've only played it once. We played on the expert side because we had 4 or 5 players, whatever the max player count was on it. I don't remember. There was 4 or 5 of us, but it was like with this many people, they tell you to play that side. And I think I would have preferred to play it on the non-expert side. It's still the same game, but there's a lot more, and it was just a little overwhelming for a first game. So I'm not 100% sure if I like it or not. I never found the UAP, but I ended up winning the game, which is weird. Just because you're getting points for doing different things. And I remember going for the UAP, and I was wrong, and I was right. I was right on the spot. I did select the correct spot for the UAP, but I must have gotten some information on the left or right of it. You have to also have additional information, and I must have gotten something wrong because it said I didn't find it, even though in the end where I said where the UAP was the spot. So but I think if you're going to play this, it's been out for quite a while now, so it's not a new game, but it was new for me.
Yeah, it's newish, isn't it? Like 2-3 years, maybe.
A couple years, yeah. I think it's the last one in their search games, because they've got Search for Lost Species, Search for Lost Planet. There might be another one out there that's like that, but yeah, it's interesting. I like it, but it was stressful at the same time. But I will probably eventually play it again, but we'll see. I got so much stuff that it probably will never get played again. Just it wasn't something that like, woo, this is awesome. I want to play it again. It was just kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
I might, but if I do, I'm going to play it on the non-expert side to maybe grasp it a little bit better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, if that was stressful, it's very similar to another game that we all play called The Search for Shelf Space.
yes,
Yeah.
very, very much like that. So,
yeah.
All right.
Just saying.
Next.
Now,
go ahead.
I was surprised to see this, and I am curious.
This was not my choice. It was just a game that's like, hey, let's play this. And I'm like, okay.
Old school.
Very old school. And when I was done with it, I'm like, about halfway through, I'm just like, there's nothing I can do. I'm so far behind. I didn't get it. I didn't like it. And I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but Hansa Teutonica.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Teutonica.
Hansa Teutonica. So not a fan. This was one I really struggled with, like getting the grasp. Again, it was a one game, first game, I mean, that's to be expected. If this was brought back to the table, I mean, if my friends wanted to play it, I would play it, but it's nothing I would request. And it's certainly nothing I will run out and buy. And does not need to be in my collection.
Yeah, it is old school.
Yeah.
Definitely. Andreas Stading and one of my favorite artists, Dennis Lohausen. Oh, love his stuff.
Art. It all looks the same. It's like one of those tan boxed Euro games back in the day where all these games look the same, like Orleans and things like that. It's just like they're all the same.
Yep.
So, but and I don't want to diss the game. My friends really like it. It just, for me, it just wasn't it's just not my style. But I would play it again if my friends wanted to play it. All right. More my style, even though I scored 0 points in the game. We did do a quick run of Magical Athlete. We were having a Blood on the Clocktower night at my house, and the host was running late. So I'm like, hey, let's play, the people that were there, I'm like, let's play Magical Athlete. So we did a round of that, and that's just crazy, stupid fun. Then we did play Blood on the Clocktower we did 3 different sessions of that. One of them we did I'm probably going to get this wrong. It was like not enough, wasn't official. I forgot what they're called. Like not campaigns, but like a story or a session or you get this sheet of paper essentially, or this laminated sheet that you get with all the characters on it, right? And it's got a title, and I don't know what they officially call them in Blood on the Clocktower, but it's like a story. I'll just call it a story. And there's all the characters involved in that story. So the host had printed out one that I think was community driven, but I believe it was publisher backed or tested, something to that. There's a whole bunch of things, and then there's some that are like that will actually get released by the publisher as like officially supported type of things. And man, that was crazy. It was pretty crazy. It was a lot of fun. And the last one we did was like a real, like the game's already kind of like a mind bender. You're trying to figure out whose role and what's what. But this new one that we played, and I don't remember the title of it, was like beyond what you're used to. It really was a thinker. The people that are really good at the game were just going, wait a minute, they were getting like, hold on, if you did this and said that, and but you could be and it was just kind of like building on layers, and it was interesting. So Blood on the Clocktower is a really fun game. I really do enjoy it. even though it's not my style of game. And I do struggle with it because I always just I just tell the truth. And I also take people at their word. Like people are like, oh man, this is, and they're so convincing that you believe them, and then they're lying to your face. It's just, it's just like, I don't know how to read people, and I don't know how to tell a lie with a straight face. So
You're like George Washington.
I cannot tell a lie.
Tell a lie. Yeah.
So, but so yeah, cool, fun game. Next one was something brand new, and our friend Franco had talked to us about this one of the Gen Con times. And that's Captain Sonar. Now, this is meant to play, it's best at 8 people, because then it is a competitive game, but it's team-based. So it's a 4v4, and everyone is playing a different role in the submarine. So you've got the captain, you got the first officer, you have the engineer, and the radio operator, and you've got one on each side.
And the weakest link.
The weakest link. That was me. So we first started to play. What's interesting is this game is meant to be real time. And you're sitting across the table, the 4 people across from the other 4, and the radio operator on your team, all they are doing is they have a map and they have this overlay sheet that's clear. And they don't know where the enemy captain's sub is starting, but the captain will always tell his team, we're going to move north, south, east, or west, right? And you always move one box on the grid. So they're going to just start drawing a line to follow what this captain is saying. And basically, they're kind of ignoring their team. They're just focusing on that until they can, because as they keep mapping out what he's saying, they're going to move this thing around till they can go, you know what? All his lines doesn't go out of bounds, doesn't cross over an island. This could be their chart, and I think they're right here. And then he'll tell the captain of his team, like, hey, this is where they're at. And then, you're trying to move around, hiding from the enemy, but you're also telling their radio operator where you're going, and they're trying to figure out where you are. So it's this race to each sub trying to find the other one and then start launching their torpedoes and their mines to take them out. And you can play it turn by turn, which we did our very first game. So they went, then we went. So it was a way to learn the game, and they recommend that when you're learning the game. Publisher recommends that. But man, it really steps up once everyone's got kind of an idea what's going on, and then you play it real time. Because the one team could be like, we're going left, we're going north, we're going south, we're going east, we're going west. The other team could be like, let's go west. Okay, what should we do next? You move at your own speed, so there's nothing, you're completely going different speeds. So it is a really cool game, absolutely fun. I would not want to play this with less than 6 people. We had 6 people, so a person on each team did play double duty and was doing 2 of the roles, which can get a little crazy. Like the radio operator can't do a second role. They have to just concentrate on what the enemy captain is saying. But the rest, the other 3, you can kind of try to do double duty. But it's super fun. If you can get 8 people together, check out Captain Sonar. It is a blast. Played some more Shadow Hunters.
If you can get 8 quality people.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Not everybody's good at their job.
That's true. We played 3 rounds. So I did get, like, the very beginning, I started out doing because I'm like, I don't want a captain and I don't want to do the radio operator. But we only ended up with 6 people. We had 2 people that couldn't make it. So I'm like, all right, I'll do these other 2. I'll do the first officer and the engineer. And I did those. And then it's like, well, everyone is rotating. We went to the real time. So I was like, okay, I'll try the captain or the radio operator. I did the radio operator next. And that wasn't that bad. I did find them. And then the third game, I'm like, okay, we kept kind of rotating. I was like, all right, I haven't done captain. I'll just do captain. And all of the roles actually are, I think, kind of interesting. And the way you got to work together, because, you want to try to get systems online, like depending on which whether you're playing real time or turn by turn, it takes so many moves to get a torpedo active or to get your sonar active. So, and then the engineers, as you're taking moves, you're using things. So, like these certain systems go offline. So, you've got to communicate to make sure that when the captain wants, you get a torpedo available, you have to be able to launch it by having that system available to use with the engineers. So, really cool, a lot of fun, very unique game. I played Shadowhunters. We did a game of that. I've talked about that before, so I won't go into that. And then the last thing I got played this week was I got to play Draft and Write Records again. I played this at game night, and it's something that I really enjoy. It's a lot of fun. But we were rushed for time, so we were really kind of rushing the game. I don't think we got a really good feel for it with everybody trying to do a teach and get a play in kind of like in an hour or so. But that's what I got played this last couple weeks. And yeah. How about you?
All right. Sounds good. All right. If you want to contact us, make sure to send us an email at contact@thisboardgamelife. And feel free to drop us a line on any of our videos. And also we have a BGG guild and blog. And so there's a ton of places where you can reach out to us. And we love seeing your comments, especially on the videos. And over to the news. So you want to hit this first one?
Yeah. So this I found interesting. The GameFound has introduced express crowdfunding. And I'm just going to read their little blurb. So they will probably hopefully explain it better than I would. But express crowdfunding doesn't work like a store. You can pledge for products as long as the campaign is open. There is no set funding goal for the campaign, and all payments are processed instantly. Some products may be shipped while the campaign is still running. Check the shipping information provided by blah, blah, blah. The rest of it is that,
what?
your typical stuff. But they have a campaign that is currently active. It's their very first one to do express crowdfunding. And I'll just go ahead and talk about it now. It is Labyrinth Chronicles from Awakened Realms. And when you go, so to try to get a better understanding of how this is working, in my understanding of it, is let me get back down to their pledges. Hold on, let me get to, I think it's rewards. Yeah. So so they've got 4 different options available in this campaign. So 2 of them are either the core game, okay, available in Sundrop, or the core game or the all-in version, which includes like all of the stuff, also available in Sundrop. You can get that, and it's due out by August 2026. That's when it's going to be shipping, right?
Right.
Now, there's also express crowdfunding options. These options are basically ready to ship, okay? But they're non-Sundrop English only. So if you need a non-English speaking version, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They got like 5 other languages. Those you have to crowdfund because it's going to take them some time to localize, I guess, everything. But for the English versions, you can get the core box, non-Sundropped, or the all-in English non-Sundropped, and shipping will be this month, March 2026.
Really? That's interesting.
So it's the very first crowdfunding crowdfunding campaign that is using this express crowdfunding. So I went ahead and decided I'm going to check this out. And I have backed Labyrinth Chronicles, the all-in English non-Sundrop edition. Now, I just backed this the other day. The campaign is currently open.
Right.
But this thing is supposed to ship to me this month.
So March rather than August?
August. Yeah.
Okay.
So my understanding of their Express is you're probably not going to see this a lot, but maybe for companies that are bigger, like Awakened Realms, they can make some of their cores or kind of maybe things that they sell the most of, maybe they sell more English speaking than Polish or something, or German. I don't know. So I'm just making an assumption here, but for the story's sake here, if they make a lot of English versions, then maybe they're just like, we're going to pump out a bunch so it's ready to go. But when they kick off this campaign for things like, well, people that want sun drops or that need to have these other languages localized and stuff, that is going to be where you are kicking in for the traditional campaign. But even then, it's still going to be out in August. So even that, like, they're this game's basically done. They're just finalizing some things. And so that I think what is more of maybe like a pre-order system. And I'll tell you what, I really like the idea that I put this money out the other day and I'm going to have this game by the end of the month because it's already done.
Yeah.
We're not waiting 2 years to have them finally get around to making the game or going bankrupt and we don't get the game and we don't get our money back.
Mm-hmm.
So I like this. I like that it's an option. I think the drawback from like a consumer side would be, say, someone in Spain or Germany or that need, France. I see Italy, and I'm not sure what the other language is. It's a white top, red and bottom on the little flag. Don't recognize what that language might be. But if you're one of these other countries and it's like, you might be upset that you can't get it in Express. But it is another option, potentially get a game sooner. We'll see how well this works. Again, Labyrinth Chronicles is the first game to offer this. So, and we'll see if I get this by the end of the month. I'll definitely let you know if it worked or not.
Oh yeah.
So hit that bell icon when you're back in, when you're on our YouTube channel. That way, when my unboxing shows up or my unboxing video is done, you'll get to be notified, and you'll be like, "Hey, he just talked about backing this the other day. How does he have it already?" I'll be like, "Express crowdfunding."
VIP.
So, yeah, I'm all that.
Yeah, that's interesting. So yeah, because there's 14 days left. 1.2 million euros. And yeah, there's the Express crowdfunding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Out of the 4 different pledges. Yeah, there it is, prominent right up on top. Express crowdfunding. English, non-sun drop. Man, that's a big box for that game. It does look good on the table, I gotta say.
It was something I originally was like, no, I was passing on it. I had looked at it before. I'm like, nah, I don't think this will be. It's more of a family game. But when I saw this article and I was looking at it again, I'm like, let me look at this. And I was watching some of the videos of people actually playing it. I was like, this actually does look fun to me. I think it might be fun. Yeah. But my concern is, I think with my game group, it's going to be too light of a game for them to enjoy. But we'll see. Yeah. There are people in my group that might enjoy this and think it's a lot of fun. So I decided, all right, Express crowdfunding, we're going to try this. We're going to see what happens. So I backed it.
Yeah, I used to play this with my son.
Yeah.
I played it. He was an unwilling participant, but that's a whole different story. But yeah, that's actually, I mean, I judge this game immediately. I mean, I like Labyrinth. It's a good game, but it's not one that because I've got I don't say the original. I've got one of the versions of it that I got like 10 years ago. And it's not one that I really want to renew, but it does look great. And
Well, it is got new stuff.
yeah.
The Chronicles part is new.
Yep.
Which didn't exist in previous content. So that I thought was interesting. Like you get to almost like story based, where you're opening up new boxes and getting more content to come into the game and expanding the story, or creating a story, I guess, in Labyrinth. So that's what I did, but sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Actually, yeah, looking at this, 30 million copies sold. Wow.
Yeah.
That is an older game. It was SDJ recommended in 1986.
Wow.
Yeah, about
86. That. So think of this as like the special edition, Rob.
40th, ultimate 40th anniversary edition.
Yeah.
Is what it is. But the OG game it's a good game. I really like that whole mechanic that they've got of you're just sliding all of the dungeon tiles like off the board. And you got to basically have that spatial thing in your brain where you can actually see how this is going to affect things and how it's going to change the layout of the labyrinth and stuff. But man, now you got me thinking. Because the other thing I was going to say is for an Awakened Realm game to be only like 90 euros. Notice I say only. That's still a lot of money. Only. Yeah, it's 90 or 89 for the core box.
Yeah.
And then the deluxe.
You can't get the core box. You know that.
Yeah, the Super Mega Deluxe HD remastered versions only like what, $30 more, $20-$30 more.
It's not bad. So
yeah,
but we're not paid by Awakened Realms, where this is not a sponsored video.
Yeah, so we're not paid by them. We just pay them.
We pay them, yeah.
It is purely a one-way relationship.
But I do want to congratulate Awakened Realms because you have won an opportunity to sponsor this Board Game Life in a future episode. So yay! Congratulations.
And they can stretch pay.
Yeah, we'll allow stretch pay.
Just saying.
I prefer express pay, but we'll take stretch pay.
Well said, my friend.
So, all right. So let's move on to the next item. This one, I kind of shaking my head again, but the Festival International de Joie. It's an annual game convention in Cannes. The jury of the As d'Or, this is the France's Game of the Year Awards. They picked some winners. So let's say for 2026, the winner of the main prize, the Jeu d'Année, I know I'm butchering that, is Toy Battle. Rob.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. This is like, never mind. It's a 2-player game by Paolo Mori, Alessandro Zucchini, and it's a Repos production. So they won the big game. I've played this. I just don't see the attraction for this. But anyways, in the children's category, Mookie Island by Florian Siriex and Scorpion Masqué took that award. The intermediate category is Zenith by Gregory Gerard, Mathai Roselle, and Playpunk. That is a fantastic 2-player game. And in the expert category, Civolution by our buddy Stefan Feld and Deep Print Games. and I've also played Civolution, and haven't picked this one up yet. Man, this one's a brain burner. It's like I want it because it's a Stefan Feld, but whew. But yeah, those are the winners. It is a doozy. Have you played this one yet? The Civolution?
No.
It's it's a biggie.
Yeah, I started going through the 44-page rule book.
No.
I can't even imagine like how long it took to learn that. Like while you were being taught it when you played.
There's a lot happening. Definitely needs several more plays. So
yeah.
Over to you for the rest of the news.
All right. Yeah, Rio Grande is going to be releasing a new Freedom on Freeze game called Formidable Farm. It's going to be coming into U.S. retail. It supports 1 to 4 players, ages 10 and up. That's going to retail for $44.95. And in this game, players take on the roles of farmers, trying to please the local population of villagers by making their produce wishes come true. That's the goal of every farmer, isn't it?
Yep, sure.
Put food on the table. That's my wish come true, I guess. They will set up trades between the villagers that involve handling over fresh produce and livestock and other goods on market day. So basically, it's a contract fulfillment game that involves a degree of hand management and also has a race mechanic built into it as well. The player that fulfills the village's population wishes first wins the game. So there's your race mechanic. So look for that coming out later this year. Next up, we've got Z-Man Games. They have been around for some time, although they are not the Z-Man that we knew from way back when there was a Z at Z-Man Games. Now he is no longer at Z-Man Games. Now he's at Play to Z. But anyway, I digress. CMON has been unloading a lot of their games, a lot of their IP over the last year or so. I know a lot of them went to Tabletop Tycoon or Tycoon Games. I think they just had a name change recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they picked up a bunch of the games, and then CMON is also going to move Sheriff of Nottingham over to Z-Man, aka Asmodee. And so that's going to be happening this year. So Sheriff of Nottingham, which I've never played personally, but I've heard that it's pretty good. That one is going to be out, I guess, in a second edition, or maybe there already is one. But so it joins a couple others, including Love Letter, which originally was AEG, and Carcassonne and Pandemic. Tycoon Games got Zombicide, right? I believe so. Them. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so CMON continues to unload, and I guess it's kind of good that some of these games go to established publishers, because it would be a shame if something happens to CMON, like they go bankrupt or whatever, and these just go away for a while until the mess of IP transfer happens post bankruptcy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So so we'll see what happens with that. And then this was kind of interesting. Speaking of Asmodee, Asmodee US sales were reported to drop 23% last quarter. And last quarter was the holiday season. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Man. October through December 2025 was the slump there. So yeah, 23% sales decline U.S. sales were 83 million for the quarter, down from 108 the quarter the year before, Q4 2024.
Wow.
They attributed the decline to lower sell-in for larger retailers and negative foreign exchange efforts. So, I guess that stuff is definitely a thing. I'm imagine, them going into, Targets, Barnes and Noble here in the United States. I don't know if they're going into Walmart. Walmart really doesn't have a whole ton of games. They got a little bit, right?
Yeah, they do have some.
Yeah. That's where you
not
got
as much as Target, but there's
Flip
still
7,
stuff there.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, most of their stuff is, they got the kid games, of course, and then they have a lot of those games that hang on the peg. So it's like your little card games like Flip 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some others. But overall sales for the company were up 22% to 618 million. From 506 million a year ago. So overall, there were some improvements, but the holiday season was just not that great. And who knows, maybe it had something to do with last year, 2024, being just, a record-breaking year. That's the thing about sales. It is kind of a roller coaster because, you get the high years and it kind of slumps a little bit. And, it's really tough to maintain that feverish pace for a really, really long time. And then last thing I wanted to cover, because we talked about GameFound a little bit ago. GameFound has updated their terms of service to now require AI usage disclosure, which is kind of interesting because I imagine a lot of publishers are probably tempted to use the assistance of AI for, many different purposes, whether it's art, game design, whoever else, flavor text, all that good stuff. So GameFound is, definitely one of the companies that are trying to address that. As, Kickstarter, I think, definitely has their stances on this stuff as well. So they have updated their policies. So from now on, if you want to see if a game uses any form of AI, you can definitely look it up within the campaign somewhere. At least I think it would be a campaign. Maybe you have to go into the publisher themselves or what. But Clause 9 of the updated terms of service states this, and there's a whole lot of stuff to this, so I'm not going to read through it all, but yeah, it's interesting,
Come on, give us the legalese.
Yeah, we could use AI to summarize it. This board game life uses AI or something. I don't know. But it's interesting. Yeah, AI is definitely here to stay. So
yeah,
we're going to be incorporating it into everything. Just next thing is the AI McRib. You have artificial intelligence. The McRib is artificial pork. There you go.
There you go.
Artificial rib.
It's way ahead of its time. It's been artificial for so long.
Yeah, exactly. The riblets.
Yeah.
No, how's the thing from Krusty Burger go? It's like, what's it made of? Like pork? No, more legs and hairier or something like that. I forget what it was. Anyway, yeah, that
doesn't matter. It tastes great.
Yeah, exactly. Just give me that goodness. All right, so that's all that we had for the news. So let's get on with the main topic for our discussion here. So, and as we briefly talked about earlier, things are starting to be a little bit different in the board game world. Things are getting fancier. Companies that produce our games are, not necessarily one person shops anymore, where they, have a job as a project manager for some company during the day, or they're a teacher, or they work retail, and then on the side on the weekends they're a budding board game publisher that is trying to fulfill everything through crowdfunding and so forth. Although a lot of them still do use that, but now a lot of the companies are big companies with in some cases dozens of employees, and they are stepping up their game. They're doing what I'll call professional level videos, announcements. Like over at Gen Con, one thing that I've really, really enjoyed for a very long time was Fantasy Flight used to have their in-flight report, where it was in one of the big ballrooms. You had hundreds and hundreds of people in there. And they would have this big presentation, like keynote style, where you'd have the speaker come up on stage, mic'd, hopefully. I think there was a couple where they were shouting because they had technical glitches. The big video screen in the back that would show what's coming out later this year. I'll still say, Mark, my favorite is with Microsoft when they used to do their Xbox stuff and they go, available now. This game that sounds so cool.
World premiere.
We kept it under wraps.
Yeah.
And you can download it.
Just not necessarily more thing.
Not necessarily even after the show. You can download it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had those big presentations. So now, last couple of years, right, at least the last 2 years, some of these companies are starting to do annual, publisher roadmap style presentations where they're going through and they're, doing this highly produced video of all the games that are coming out, and they're announcing their games at this point. Some of the stuff has been rumored for a while. But most recently, we just had Awakened Realms. CGE just had theirs. That was today, wasn't it?
I saw it today.
It was today. Yeah, it did come out today. Because I remember getting that email that it was out, and it's like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about this thing. But Bitewing, Stonemaier, Renegade, just a couple of them that had these presentations. So. We thought it'd be cool to talk about some of these and some of the releases that have been coming out, some of the things we're excited about and all. So, which one do you want to talk about first? Any preference?
I just figure we can start at the top and work our way down. So, sure. Jamie Stegmaier did his reveal in the end of January. And so some of the things that he talked about that's coming out this year, they've got some Wingspan expansions that are going to be based on birds of Central and South America and the Caribbean. That obviously is a huge game with lots of expansions, so there's more coming. They're going to have vision-friendly cards as an add-on.
What does that mean? Like colorblind?
So I think that means either it might be I don't know if it's color blind or if it's like bigger print. Because something I have seen starting to see as well is I've seen a couple different publishers releasing like larger versions of cards that are easier to read. So I'll have to look that one up specifically to see what they mean by vision friendly. But there's also a viticulture expansion coming up. So a new 4-season board with the original board on the back. And I think the original game was just 3 seasons. So the expansion's adding like a 4th season to the game. So then, and I think that's all in Q1.
Yep.
So it should be now. In Q2, Euphoria Essential. This combines the expansion with the core game and offers a new board layout with some rule tweaks. The board and rules will be available separately for those who already have Euphoria, and the first Finspan expansion will be making its debut as well in Q2. So And then in Q3, we've got Scythe versus Expeditions. This is a 2-player dueling game. Now, this one's interesting because this content expands Scythe and Expeditions, and all Scythe factions, player mats, and Expedition mech characters are compatible with the dueling game. There will be add-on packs containing metal versions of the mechs and a plastic airship, which isn't used in the dueling game, as noted. So, yeah, it's interesting that I think I remember hearing it's a dueling game, but I thought I'd heard somewhere like you needed to have both games, but it doesn't make sense. I don't believe that's the case. But they would expand the stuff that comes in this dueling game you can use and expand to your other games if you have them. Then they got a small box, lighter Wingspan Bird experience. So this is going to be a very light version of Wingspan that's going to playable in about 30 minutes. And then there's a mini expansion coming to Origin Story. So they're going to add, it says, many more superheroes. And then to round out the year in Q4, the first Smoking Bones game from artist and world builder Andrew Bosley and a debut designer, and our version of Namiji combines the core game and the expansion in a normal box size with accessibility updates. And then lastly, they just announced that they're doing reprints for the Nestling box, which, if you don't know what the Nesting box is, it's a huge storage box for all things Wingspan. So I think the box is almost like $100 just by itself, but it has inserts. There's no game in it. It's just the box and then inserts for everything. So you can put all your Wingspan content in one box. So they're going to do reprints of that and Rolling Realm promos. And then it said other reprints for out of stock products are dependent on demand, as indicated by the back in stock requests on their web store. So they're going to be doing that. So that's kind of a look at Stonemeyer's 2026 plans. The only thing that I'm looking forward to is I might pick up the Finspan expansion, but probably not, because I think there's just enough cards in the game. Same with the Wingspan and Wormspan. There's so many cards to those games that I probably will skip it myself, but it's nice that they have those. So, all right, Rob, you want to take
Bitewing?
Yeah, let's take a look at Bitewing.
Yeah, Bitewing has a whole lot of stuff coming out this year. And this looks like it's in sort of like a release order, so it'll be or beginning of the year towards at the beginning of the list, and later in the year towards the end of the list. So first up in March 2026, so this month, we have All In Predictions by Phil Walker Harding. So I'm definitely interested in that one because I like Phil's games. Pyramid is going to be out in Q2. So this is Rainer Knizia with a Push Your Luck dice game featuring a pyramid of cats.
It's a perfect game.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Then we have Moitura. This is coming out approximately April. At least that's the expectation. And this is the third Mythos collection game that they've come out with. I'm not sure what the prior ones were. Azure.
That box, though, I like the box art on there. That looks just wicked. I think it looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
So
it sort of reminds me of a lot of games that I've enjoyed in the past, like a map and you put discs down in different areas.
Just looking at the picture of the board reminds me of what is it? Caesar Conquer Rome in 20 minutes. It reminds me of
Yeah.
like that.
And they say it has to come in a thicker box than their other games. So, does that mean quality components or something like that? I don't know.
Maybe.
Azure is a 2-player abstract strategy game that is coming out. It's got those little discs that remind me of Othello. They're like little white and black stones, sort of like it, or Skittles, if you want to look at it that way. But let's see. Then we have Container. Did I skip one? No, I didn't.
No.
Then we have Container. I thought, wasn't that going to be with All Play? For some reason, I was thinking that they were going to do it.
I think All Play, is handling their crowdfunding for them.
Oh, okay.
I think that's because it was, it says All Play. Container's getting the proper treatment with a new version of this. They're working with All Play.
Yeah. And that is the smaller form factor box, more like, what's that, Twinkle Twinkle?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like that.
And a couple of their other games. So it's supposed to be that size box and not like the massive box that the older Containers came in. So that's going to be Q3. So we're already into the second half of the year. Triangulation is coming out in Q3 as well. With art by Kwanchai Mora on this one. So he's got some really good stuff. Grunts coming out in Q3 as well. And then we also have Gold Country. And this one here is about the California Gold Rush. I've been watching a lot of Gold Rush.
Oh, yeah?
On TV. I'm 15 seasons in.
I'm going to start panning.
Hey, if I'd be getting, 800,000 a week, I'd be panning away. Oh, that'd be miserable. But this one is going to be a Reiner Knizia big box release for 2026 with artwork by Beth Sobel. Totally Human is going to be coming out also in Q3. This is another one of their games. Dogs of War, I guess in collaboration with Play to Z. Paolo Mori with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Crew, Journey to the Ends of the Earth. Looks like they're hooking up with Cosmos for that one. So another The Crew game. Rhinelander coming out in September of 2026. Oath, New Foundations.
So Rhinelander just is a Reiner Knizia game and Ian O'Toole artwork.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So
Oath has a new one, New Foundations, coming out in Q3, Q4-ish, 2026. Sail Legacy, coming out in Q4. For the Gods, this one's going to be crowdfunding in February, so this might be going on currently. Estimated release later this year in Q3. And then this is from the designers of Azure and Moitura and Undaunted, Mandala, War Chest, and more. So, might want to check that one out before it's gone, if it's not gone already. Mountain Goats Legacy. This is one that you and I talked about, Mark. Mountain Goats is a pretty good game. Originally Level X and currently crowdfunding. I don't think it's over. Or maybe it is.
I think this one ended. I think it ended, yeah.
Yeah. So this is coming out in Q4. Anticipated release. Roma. I'm not going to say XLI. So what is that? 41?
I think
Roma
it's
41.
Yeah, I think it's 41.
Yeah. And yeah, this one is a crowdfunding campaign in February with a release in Q4. Flintlock Global Warfare in 20 minutes. This is one that both of us are interested in. The
Yep.
crowdfunding for this one's coming up this month in March with a release date sometime later this year. Paolo Mori is latest in the Caesar Blitzkrieg. There was one more, wasn't there? Dogfight?
Yeah, but I don't think that was his, but Dogfight was in that 20-minute series, yeah.
And then Regicide Inferno and Regicide Crown Duels. This is the latest in the Regicide series. The original one was based off a 52 deck card deck. So it's going to be interesting to see how that one does because Regicide was pretty good. And I think that's it. So yeah, they got a ton of stuff coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty cool to have such a huge library of games as opposed to how it was with some publishers and still is where, you know, it's like, hey, we got one game.
Yeah. So like you mentioned earlier, the CGE announcement came out today. I honestly was expecting more from them than what we got, but they got some expansion packs for Codenames that are coming out. They're going to be for you can get Codename picture expansions, duet, and the base game expansions and things like that. So keep an eye out in your stores for that. Also, they've got a new Codenames game coming out. It's I can't see what the name of it is. Chronicles of something. It's hard to see in what I'm looking at, but it looks like almost like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign style of Codenames or something. It sounds like that's somehow a campaign game. I could be wrong. It's just kind of my impression of what I took from. I really kind of skimmed through theirs. I really found it uninteresting. Outside of that, they talked about they're going to start making their own deluxe components for stuff like SETI and the Lost Ruins of Arnak. They talked about some CGE digital games that are coming out. They did mention the Lost Ruins of Arnak is going to be delayed while they work on a different game, trying to get it out the door. But then I think their kind of big announcement for this year is a game called Drillers. And I don't want to be rude, but my first impressions of this was like, I've already seen this game. This game's already exists. It's sitting on my shelf. And it reminds me of Super Motherlode. You're mining and drilling down. You're getting cards to upgrade things. And I could be wrong. It's just maybe it's not, but to me it really looked a lot like the game that I already have. So, and then I gotta say it too. You look at the box art, and from a distance, it looks like it's Deep Rock Galactic. Which is also a game about mining gems and stuff. So
for Rock and Stone.
So unfortunately, there was nothing in the CGE thing that was of real interest, and I think the Drillers just kind of made me feel like, is this really a new game or does this exist already? I kind of feel like I've already got a couple games where I can mine gems and stuff, but we'll see. I don't want to pass judgment before I get more information on it. But was there anything else, Rob, that you saw in their thing that I may have missed in the CG announcement?
No, I think it was pretty much about it. Yeah, it's just the digital stuff, the components. I mean, it's cool that they're doing it. I mean, I'd rather get the OG components rather than third party.
Yeah,
and
they definitely would be better by them, I would imagine.
Yeah, as far as the Drillers game, it looks interesting, and I would assume it would be at a decent price point. I'd probably get it because CGE for me has been, the company that comes out, pretty much with one big game every year for the most part. And then I just get them because I enjoy them. But it is kind of a light year for them, I do have to say, because actually last couple of years have been a little interesting because what they had SETI, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, I mean, what did they have for their big release last year? I mean, they had the SETI expansion, the treasure pack for Arnak.
So an expansion for that.
Did Wispwood fall into last year or this year? I'm not sure.
Question.
I know they talked about it last year, but I think it was like a really late release. And that's another one that I'm interested in getting because it's like I won't say it's like a $30 game, 35, 40, somewhere along those lines. Not bad.
It's in stock. So this must have been a last year.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember seeing this.
Yeah.
So should be readily available.
And, they come out with codename stuff all the time. So that is sort of to be expected.
Yeah.
That's their, I think that's their gimme.
Their bread and butter.
Yeah. Because, was it last year that they did the Codenames Online? The digital version, or maybe 2 years ago? I don't know. It's all a blur.
Within the last, it blends, all blurs.
Yeah.
No.
But, so that was them. Let's see, who's up next?
Ooh. Let me take this one.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And then you can get the last one. This is my bread and butter. It's my bread and butter. This is my baby. Awakened Realms. They did their AR Next 26 event, and you can catch their video out on the YouTubes if you want to see it. But they announced. So we talked about this one earlier. Labyrinth Chronicles.
Yep.
They did show this off and talked about it. They also showed off Tamashii, the Final Amendment, which I picked up just recently, like the first game, and I was like, oh, they're bringing out. It's not. I guess I thought Tamashii might just be like a one-off, but it's not. They've got a new game coming out in the series, and so they showed that off, and it's Awakened Realm style. Lots of miniatures, beautifully sculpted. It's going to be expensive and amazing. Then they announced what
some things don't go hand in hand. Those do.
Those do.
Awakened Realms, expensive and amazing. Yeah.
Yep. And then what I think I was probably Rob. I'm going to assume you were waiting for this announcement as well. What's the next special edition that they're going to do? Mm-hmm. And they announced that they're doing Concordia. Now, I've never played Concordia. Have you? Is this something you're familiar with?
Yeah, I've got 2 of these. I've got Concordia and there's an expansion that comes in just as massive of a box. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, Concordia is good. It's like when they announced this, I had my games that I was thinking. For some reason, I keep thinking Gates of Loyang is going to be redone, but I guess not. But when I heard Concordia, I was really surprised. I was really surprised by this, but it makes sense. It is Concordia is worthy of the treatment, and they did kind of move away a little bit. It is more recent than some of their games. So there is that, it's a more recent game than Puerto Rico. Let's just put it that way. Although I don't know which came first, Concordia or Castles of Burgundy.
So they say this new edition is going to honor Mac Gird's elegant design with beautiful artwork, refined usability, and a carefully curated collection of content created in close collaboration. How many C's could we put in there?
Holy smokes, that's a tongue twister if I ever heard
with the
one.
original publisher. Faithful to the purity and depth that have made Concordia a cornerstone of modern Eurogaming, this special edition enhances the experience without altering its timeless core. For both devoted fans and new players discovering it for the first time, this is the definitive Concordia, elevated to an ultimate version this evergreen classic deserves. So it's rated an 8.1 with 45,000 ratings on BGG.
That's
It's
a lot.
number 29 overall. So yeah, it's up there. So I will back it. Like, I've not played it, but I didn't play Puerto Rico, and based on your recommendation, I just bought it, and I'll get this when it comes available. Not, just be like, take my money now, Awakened Realms.
Yep.
The next one that they announced was a game called Scoundrels. So it says, heroes, step aside. It's time for thieves, assassin, and misfits to pull off the heist of the millennia. A fully cooperative, stealth-based dungeon crawler set in Evershade. So combine tactical movement, clever inventory management, and push your luck thrills with asymmetrical characters and replayable fantasy heists. So again, big box, lots of miniatures, big price. Take my money now. And then
you're in for this one too? Oh man.
It's going to be a very expensive.
So
let me put it this way. So far, I'm backing all of these.
Yeah, 4 for 4 so far.
And one, 2, 3, 4. And of course, this one floored me. I was not expecting this. Nemesis Legacy. And this one's interesting because it's Adam Kopinski is the designer for Nemesis, but he's actually not. He is not doing this game. He is, I think, consulting with. Let me pull their names up.
Rob Davio.
Yeah, from what? Pandemic Legacy, I think.
Yeah.
And who's that? There's someone else on here. I'm trying to find it. I want to make sure. Jamie Barriga.
Yeah.
Barriga.
Yep.
Yeah. So those two are working, and Adam, I think, is like, I saw this video. I mean, I watched it, and it kind of sounds like he's not necessarily doing the work. He is like more consulting. Like they're Rob and Jamie are making this game, and they're coming to Adam for thoughts, but they're making a legacy Nemesis game. And I'll take 2 just because. Oh, absolutely. I'm getting this. I want this. Now, I don't expect this to be out this year. They're still developing this. So, and I think that this campaign is not even going to launch until probably the end of the year. But you can follow the campaign now, but which I am. But if you want to play Nemesis, a legacy game, you're going to be able to get it. So,
and it's done by the guy that did the original, that started the whole legacy thing, right? Davio. So it is it's definitely going to be a worthy legacy game, I think, for sure.
Yeah, so this is a standalone legacy campaign for 1 to 5 players. You will face irreversible choices, personal agendas, branching scenarios built on the acclaimed Nemesis gameplay with twists that shape the fate of mankind. How does that... Oh, I can't wait.
It's like real life.
I probably won't see this till 2028, but... Now, another thing they announced, which, believe it or not, I'm actually not going to get this one. I don't know. I might just
say that now.
I say that now, but
you just want it on your shelf. It's got a lot of reading.
That's. But Nemesis, the role-playing game, this is also going to be crowdfunded this year. And I don't do RPGs, but I kind of want the book.
Until this one.
I want the book. So we'll
Whalers.
See. I might have to get this just because.
Whalers of the Deep Black. Sounds ominous.
Yeah. So you can jump right in with a built-in tutorial, ready to play content, explore worlds of mega corporations, massive ships, and space horror. Follow now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only one I haven't followed, but chances are I'm going to anyways. But then there's one more thing that they've got here, and we had mentioned this before. I think we did on the last episode. I think I mentioned it. The 20 strong. So Chip Theory is in doing a partnership with Awakened Realms in their 20 strong system, and they're going to be releasing Nemesis, yes, Tainted Grail, and Etherfields. So those three new 20 strong system games are going to be crowdfunded and coming out. So it's cool. I like that they're bringing they're working with other publishers to bring in other franchises into the 20 strong system. I think that's pretty cool. So, and interesting thing about the Nemesis, I don't remember if I talked about this last time. I probably did. Apologize if I'm repeating myself, but 20 strong is up to this point, all these games are solo. Well, the Nemesis is actually going to be a 1 to 5 player version of 20 strong. And it's basically Nemesis, the game, in a much quicker time frame and in a small box.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't wait to get it. So I am super stoked. This was a very exciting presentation. I was very pleased with like everything they showed.
Yeah, and I like the whole that they're bringing in those games into the 20 strong system, as opposed to the Grimm Fairy Tales thing.
Yeah,
I mean, good games, but I think this is more interesting.
Yeah. So
okay,
and
so
I am now following the RPG. It's the only one I wasn't. I might as well follow it.
Yeah, maybe you can get a PDF so it doesn't even take up shelf space.
No, that book looks cool.
It does.
All right, we got one more that we're aware of.
All right. Let's see. Let me pop this open. So Renegade Games had Renegade Con. This was last week, I believe. And some of the stuff that they released, they have a bunch of books, RPG style, Vampire the Masquerade, Courts of the Damned source book, the Exodus role-playing game Traveler's Handbook, Exodus role-playing game Creature Catalog. Those three are coming out and available for pre-order. Can't talk. Diplomacy has a deluxe map, a 4-foot by 2-foot map, double-sided. That is a big honkin' map.
Yep.
And
you need it for world domination.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my table. Yeah, that'd be a doozy. But yeah, diplomacy, friendships are broken in this game. Yeah, it's interesting that they're coming out with this, licensed by Hasbro of all things, Avalon Hill as well. So it's a double-sided map featuring diplomacy and diplomacy era of Empire, 20% larger than the standard game board, high-quality neoprene map with vibrant colors and stitched edges, and rolls into a branded storage box for easy transport. I'm very mixed on those neoprene things.
I like them. I just hate storing them. I like them if they fit in the box.
My gripe with them is that depending on them or on their construction, they're not very sharp in terms of like the artwork and the text and stuff that's on there. If it's a mounted board, then it's usually nice and crisp, where it tends to be a little on the fuzzy side. That's one of the reasons I don't like using my neoprene game board for Castles Burgundy Special Edition. Anyway,
I can see that.
Yeah, more for diplomacy. They have deluxe tokens, so it's a upgrade pack available for pre-order. Ikusa has a deluxe map as well, neoprene flavored with all new artwork. 20% larger than the standard game board. I think you see a common theme with this, maybe.
I'm seeing something.
Yeah, rolls into a branded storage box for easy transport. So if you have both games, you can have 2 branded storage boxes. Yeah. And then Ikusa hit dice, 28 hit dice in 3 varieties to speed up your battles. And Axis and Allies 1942 second edition deluxe map.
Wait, I was going to say, I bet it's a map.
Yep. And how much
is
bigger
it 20% larger than the game board?
It is. It absolutely is. 20% bigger. High quality neoprene map with vibrant colors and stitched edges, just like the others, 4 foot by 2.5 feet. So this is a little bit bigger.
But Rob, what I need to know is how do I store this thing?
In a branded storage box for easy transport. Now, it would be interesting if they come out with a branded storage box, right? So you can store all of your branded storage boxes in one neat branded storage box. Also, Axis and Allies deluxe token pack, a deluxe dice tray. This dice tray does look kind of cool because it holds. So it's a square dice tray with a cover. With the rolling surface in the middle, and then there's a little bit of a thick edge, and it looks like you store your dice along the edges. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Premium dice tray available for pre-order. Task Force plates and Axis and Allies and Zombies is coming out because. You got to have the Zombies treatment. It's an alternative history edition of Axis and Allies with a new zombie miniature collection there. 86 card expansion deck for Axis and Allies 1942 second edition. That adds zombies to the game. 215 plastic miniatures included. That's quite a few. And new twists and stuff that refresh the Axis and Allies experience. So they do have the zombies thing into Axis and Allies. If you follow the whole video game system and actually board games prior, you either had zombies or you had pirates. So is pirates going to be next?
Maybe.
We'll find out. But it's interesting. It's actually Awakened Realms did the same thing with Agricola, didn't they? Agricola zombies.
That's been like on hold.
Yeah.
Why supposedly that's been pushed off, and they're trying to finish up Agricola. So
yeah,
I don't know. It almost kind of feels like they did an announcement about it.
And we
all they've just said is we shifted
off of Renegade. We're talking back in Awakened Realms, just so there's no confusion.
So I'm wondering if it's going to get canceled.
Really?
I hope not, but I don't know. Maybe they just said, because when they did this, they did announce a bunch of stuff, which again, like this year, they're announcing a bunch of stuff. So I was wondering when they did all the stuff last year, I'm like, did they do too much? And then now Agricola Zombies is getting pushed back. But you've got all this other stuff coming up behind it too, so I wonder if it will still see the light of day. But we'll see.
So that's it for Renegade. All the stuff that we mentioned is available for pre-order on RenegadeGameStudios.com. And look at that! Zombies add-on for Axis and Allies is $65.
Yeah. I think that might be fun to play that with zombies.
It definitely might spice things up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what that does because I haven't played Axis and Allies in years. And actually, I do remember the last time I played it where we spent close to an hour setting the game up.
Yeah.
And then we ran out of time, and it's like, I mean, this is years ago, probably like 40 years ago, 35 years ago.
It's one of those games you need to have be able to put it up and leave it up because it'll take a long time to play.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
that's for sure.
All right.
Yeah, that's it for those.
So let's jump into our crowdfunding corner, and then we'll close out this episode.
All right.
You didn't have anything this week, right?
No, I did not back anything. I was a good boy.
Yeah, there's like I said, Waking Realms is going to kill me this year, and I already mentioned the Labyrinth Chronicles, so I'm not going to talk about that. I backed that, but Ivy Studios is right now currently crowdfunding through Kickstarter Fractured Sky Awakening, so plus Soar. So there's 4 new expansions coming for Fractured Sky. They got asymmetric flagships, bounties, payloads, and guardians. Demand more conflict, power, and strategy. So, and then Soar is a simplified. It's a small box game that contains the essence of Fractured Sky, but with a 5-minute teach and under 30-minute playtime. So it's like a really small miniaturized version of Fractured Sky. So I think it's pretty cheap, if I recall. So I threw that in there. But yeah, I'm going to buy this to get all the expansion content. And the cool thing about this is my copy, I did not get the premium deluxe or super deluxe, whatever they call it. I got like the deluxe edition. So my minis in this game are not painted. They're like just the all solid colored plastic. While they, of course, so nice of them to allow me to purchase the super premium deluxe components for the game to make my already deluxeified game even better. So of course I added that on. But so that's Fractured Sky Awakening and Soar. And then this one, this was pure nostalgia. I don't even know where I saw this, but I backed Hairband, Rock, Roll, and Rule.
Yeah. When I saw this in the notes, I'm like, ooh. And then I'm looking at it, I'm like, no, I can't back this. I cannot.
You got to, Rob. This is
no.
This is our, well, this was my music, my time, my favorite. So this says the tagline is unleash your inner rock star in the ultimate glam metal board game. Can you survive the 1980s Hollywood hair band scene? And I don't need this. I have Rock Hard 1977, right? But that's in the 70s. This is in the 80s. This is, all my favorites were back in this time frame, and and besides, I get backers get 6 free bonus cards. If you don't back it, Rob, you won't get those 6 bonus cards.
Yeah,
so
man.
This is something I probably will regret, but I'm getting it anyways. So, and it does really kind of feel very. There's some similarities I feel like between this and Rock Hard from what I'm initially seeing, but I'm getting it anyways. So.
Is it by the same people?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
This is Frown Clowns Games. I've not actually heard of them before.
It's their first one.
Yeah. So. Oh, and you mentioned earlier For the Gods. So that has 6 days left on Kickstarter. So that was one that Rob was talking about earlier, I think, from Bitewing. That is still on Kickstarter for 6 more days as of the recording of this video.
Oh, yeah, look at that. It's teasing me down there at the bottom.
So.
Yeah, and then, there's the new Flat Out games, too.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this... Because I'm assuming that they're going to be at Gen Con.
Yeah, they will.
And yeah,
You'll probably get them free.
Yeah, big game night or something.
Oh, but I skipped that one.
Yeah, it's like I'm tempted to back him, but I'm gonna hold off. Although, for the gods.
All right. You get a free gift. Mighty Boards. They did my Rebirth, or the game Rebirth from Reiner Knizia.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I like that game. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Oh, they did. Oh, they created 18. Oh, they did Art Society. Oh, Fate Forge, Rebirth, yep. Hamlet. Let's see what else.
So we're just gonna call it now. Rob has backed For the Gods and Hairband this week.
No, not Hairband.
You know you want it.
No, I'm not going to do that one. I am very tempted. The nostalgia factor is high for sure with that, and I like the art, but I was looking at the gameplay, and I'm like,
yes, it's a total nostalgia buy. So, and I admit it, and I know it, and I'm okay with it. So,
but let's see, how much is For the Gods limited edition? $65. Oh, that's it. Okay. There's only one version.
Makes it easy. That's what they did with Rebirth.
Okay, so it's basically a free gift and then the retail version. Yep. So then the question is, do I just wait to get it in retail, or do I pay MSRP plus $20 shipping plus $20 in tariff?
It took Rebirth a long time before it showed up in my retail store, so there's that. So,
what's the free gift?
I don't know.
Okay, so limited edition plus gift value is €85. Kickstarter price $55.
You will receive a unique numbered copy of the game with the designer's signatures.
Yeah, I get that numbered stuff with the City Collection stuff, and then it's like, who cares?
So what? Yeah, it's kind of,
and then it got messed up because like they were trying to maintain, like, okay, your backer, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they try to give you 1, 2, 3, 4 across all of them, and then that didn't work, and now they just gave up on it.
Your free gift is a 3D Trirem player dashboards. You get 4 of them. 3-dimensional dashboards for the. It's to hide your components and stuff. Yeah. No, that's the free gift. Yeah. You can also add on metal coins.
No, I don't.
No extra shipping costs for those. That's a steal.
Yeah, I do like the metal coins, but it's not worth it.
It's €18. Just get it.
Fine. Okay, add me to that list.
All right, Rob is back. Crowdfunded corner this week.
Yeah, he's out here.
Good job. All right. Well, I think that's all we have. Yep. And that was a fun show. Enjoyed that.
Absolutely.
So, but be sure to subscribe. Oh, hold on. Be sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. Hit the share some comments in the YouTube below, and check out our channel and all that good stuff. So
that's funny when you reached over and you clicked it, and then the like and subscribe showed up. The Kickstarter confetti fell on my screen at the same time, so that was like perfect timing.
Yay! That's what I need to get in. I need to get confetti that drops through when I hit the button.
Yeah, there you go. So. There you go. So all right. I'm Rob. Catch you all in 2 weeks with our next one.
Now, Mark, we'll see you at the table.